everybody. So welcome to our study abroad workshop. We have two presenters. So we have a trio student that's going to be presenting in her experience. She just went to study abroad this summer,
yes.
Right? And then we also have somebody from the study abroad office that will be presenting and giving more information on the different places that you can go, financial help, and any questions like that. So at the end, we'll have questions for both of them. And then, so just make sure you take some notes, pay attention. Priscilla gave out some flyers, some information for you all, so make sure you read over that, take it home. So we'll get started. So this is Priscilla.
Hi, how's everyone doing today? Good. So my name is Priscilla. I'm currently a senior here at ASU. My major is sociology, and I'm also doing a Korean Studies certificate. And this summer I had the amazing opportunity to go to Seoul, South Korea on a 6-week program. So my program was a partnership program, which means that it was through ASU, but it was under a study abroad program called ISA, International Studies Abroad. And they do offer a lot of partnership programs for a lot of different places in the world through ASU. So I would definitely recommend them if you're considering study abroad to look into them. And yeah, so first I'll tell you guys a little bit about my actual experience. So as I said, I went to Seoul, South Korea. I went from the end of June to the beginning of August. So I kind of just got back about a month, a little bit more than a month, or more than a month now, but it still feels pretty new. And then I studied abroad at a university in Korea called Korea University. So I was right in the middle of Seoul, which if you're not familiar, it's the capital of Korea. It's a very heavily populated, busy city life area. So it was really cool to be staying in the dorms there and really just being right in the middle of like basically the whole city. It was really very different from here and something I hadn't experienced before. And then I was able to get 6 credits towards both my degree in sociology and towards my Korean studies certificate. So if you are interested in studying abroad, or at least interested in learning more about it, which I'm sure all of you are, that's why you're here today. As a TRIO student, TRIO really benefited me in helping me kind of learn more about study abroad and kind of come to really just learn more about the resources that were out there and available to me. So as you probably already know, TRIO offers you an advisor that you can go to and really just help you out and giving you resources and anything college related and particularly study abroad. I know my mentor, she would always check up on me, say like how are you doing in your classes, you know, what are you thinking about as in terms of the career, what kind of opportunities are you looking into. So that was really helpful. So they can really just help you kind of make decisions and really connect you to resources like study abroad. So now I'll go into like kind of what I gained from study abroad and what I think you might be able to gain. So there are like 3 different categories of ways you can benefit from studying abroad. One is academic, career, and then personal. So I'll go through each of those and kind of say how I benefited in each of those categories. So first, academic. Like I mentioned, I earned credit towards both my major and my certificate program. So of course that was good academic for me. And then of course you get to earn, you know, your credit while traveling and experiencing another culture, which is pretty amazing. And then you can also explore what you're studying in or what you might think you have an interest in an international context. So for me, since I'm a sociology major, I'm really interested in like learning about different cultures, different groups of people. So it was really cool for me to go to in a very global setting. There were students from all around the world, so I was able to be in a class learning about globalization and learning about it in a truly international setting, which is really awesome. And then, of course, I got to learn more about Korea in general, as I took a Korean film class there. So, and I was in Korea while I was doing it, so that was pretty amazing. And then next for career, so it can help you, studying abroad can help you kind of hone in on what you want to do after you graduate. It can help you kind of realize like, oh, maybe I want to do something in an international setting. And it also just looks really good, even if you don't decide to go abroad ever again. Just having the experience on your resume will really stand out to employers and really any professional opportunities you might be seeking. Yeah, so for me personally, I'm currently, because of this experience, I'm currently looking into doing an English teaching assistantship abroad. Just because it helps me kind of break out of my shell and realize that it's something that I could do, being abroad overseas, and being in a different culture. And since I was able to successfully navigate that culture, I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. And it's something that I wouldn't have necessarily thought of as much about if I hadn't gone abroad. And then personal, which I think is one of the most amazing benefits of studying abroad, and kind of what I think you should probably consider most when deciding to study abroad. So it can really just help you make discoveries not only by yourself, but where you come from. So for me, I had barely been out of the state of Arizona. I'm from Phoenix. I've been here all my life, and I've never really left Arizona except like a couple years ago when I went to California, and that was like the first time I'd ever been even out of the state. So to go completely out of the country overseas this summer was a huge step for me in getting out of my comfort zone, but it was something that I'm really, really glad I did. So if you've never been out of the country and you're interested in really challenging yourself and stepping out of your comfort zone and learning about a different culture, a different group of people, I really, really recommend it. Even if you think you might not be successful, you will. I just recommend it. And yeah, of course, you also get to meet people from different backgrounds than you. I met a lot of Korean people around my age, as well as other people from America who come from different backgrounds as me. Also people from other parts of the world, just like China, Europe, so you meet a lot of people going abroad. And then lastly, if you think you might want to study abroad, one of the things you want to do early is look into how you can fund it, because it can add up, but there are a lot of resources out there for you to be able to do so. So personally, I received FAFSA funds, so I was able to utilize I'll talk about this a little bit later, but I received the Gilman Scholarship, and through that, one of the requirements of the Gilman Scholarship is to be receiving the Pell Grant. Through the FAFSA, I received that, so that helped me be eligible for a lot of scholarships. And if you do study abroad during the academic year, your FAFSA funds can be applied to your study abroad program, which is really great. Another way you can fund it is through community funding. So ASU has programs where you can actually go online, make a profile, and then have the community kind of help you fund. So kind of like fundraising, but online. And ASU helps you do it, which is really great. And then of course there are just all the numerous scholarships and grants that you can look into. One of them is what I was talking about, the Gilman Scholarship. There are also a lot of other opportunities that you can look for based on what program you're involved in, whether that's with a faculty-led program or a partnership like I was. They'll have different opportunities for you. Yeah, so like I was mentioning about the FAFSA, if you are planning on studying abroad in the actual academic year, you can actually use the funds you already receive right now towards your ASU tuition in your study abroad program. So if you're receiving both, so like FAFSA, ASU Merit Scholarships, and the Obama Scholarship, if you're getting any of those, and probably more, you can use all of that towards your study abroad. And then as I mentioned, mention, here are just a couple examples of community funding that you can look into. So one is ASU Pitch Funder, and the other one is Fund My Travel. And like I was saying, you create a profile online, and then you can essentially have the community help you raise money towards your trip. And then, so for scholarships and grants, there are just so many out there, so I recommend once you make the decision to study abroad and you know where you're going, you know your program, then I recommend just looking into as many scholarships and grants as you can. So they're all based on all of those factors. And additionally, who you are. So if you're minority, first generation, oftentimes you will qualify for a lot of scholarships and grants because of your status as that. Because people want to see students who don't typically study abroad or aren't as represented in study abroad go abroad. So, so I'm sure being in TRIO, and since you're here today, I'm sure a lot of you do qualify under that. So, and I know I did too. So definitely look into it. There are a lot of options out there. I was a recipient of the Gilman Scholarship. So that gave me $3,000 towards my trip this summer, which was really, really helpful. And then, so yeah, their main motto is sending students who aren't represented in study abroad to go abroad. And they also do internships as well. And then, so it's really just about, so it's about that, basically sending students who aren't represented in study abroad to go abroad. And they'll offer, during the fall and spring semesters, they offer up to $5,000, and then summer they'll typically offer up to $3,000. And then within the ASU Study Abroad office, they also offered the travel grant and the diversity scholarship, and you can also apply for those too within ASU. So thank you guys. The handout has a lot more information about the Gilman. Feel free to ask me any questions about my trip, how I funded it, anything else afterwards. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions for her right now?
Do you have any more of those handouts?
Yes.
Can I get one as well?
Yeah. Does anyone else?
And I do have another question. Thank you.
It's just, I think, just a student. Jacob, who's sitting. He's not
I would like to ask you said you were like only ready for students.
Yes.
But if you're not, then you'll just,
How did you
but you
prepare?
can stay.
Was it culture shock? How did you prepare in order to be there for the 6 weeks? Did you study about the culture
Yeah.
and the country?
Yeah,
Can you
so,
talk about that a little bit?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I've been interested in like Korea specifically and their culture since like 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I took one of like a Korean culture society class, and that like really sparked my interest. So since then I've just been learning all that I could basically about the country itself. And I also took the first and second semesters of the language here at ASU. So yeah, just like connecting with the faculty members and within the Korean department really just helped me learn more about the culture and yeah.
How
So
did you adapt once you actually got
Yeah.
physically?
So it was honestly just relying, well, it was helpful that I was with a partnership program,
Okay, that's
ISA,
good.
because I was with other students from America,
Okay.
so it was really, but we had advisors to go to as well. So it was really just relying on them, and just staying with a group, really.
That's cool.
So that helped me a lot, but other than that, it was just really going in and doing the best that I could, yeah.
So I'm going to be studying abroad next fall,
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
thinking about doing it with ISA.
Oh,
How does the
okay,
application
yeah.
look like?
So it's mainly through ASU, through ASU Study Abroad Office. They will,
Is there like an essay portion or like?
there's not. So when you meet, have you met with your ASU Study Abroad Office?
I'm going to meet with them with Kyle or Mandy
okay.
in like 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Or like,
Yeah, so from my knowledge, I think it's mainly through, it was mainly through ASU. So you'll submit the general like ASU study abroad application and then they'll forward it to ISA. So you won't have to go to ISA's like website or anything specifically. It'll be like through
yeah, because I was
ASU.
confused. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
ISA?
Yeah, so it'll be through ASU and then they'll like forward the application to ISA. Yeah.
Do you have a card by any chance? Like a card for like with your email?
I can give you.
Yeah,
I'll
I can-
give her email.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, feel free to ask me any questions.
Do you guys have any more questions for Priscilla? If not, we'll move on to our next presenter. No? Okay. Awesome.
Hi everyone, my name is Jacob, I'm from the Study Abroad office. And actually I'll probably talk to my boss about maybe hiring Priscilla, because she basically just did like my whole presentation. So, good job Priscilla. If you want a job, talk to my boss. So yeah, we're gonna talk about these things. Again, if you have any questions, thoughts, concerns at any point, feel free to stop, raise your hand, or shout out. So a little bit about me. So I work at the Study Abroad office. I also normally don't wear bow ties, so this is just a one-time, don't wear bow ties. But yes, I'm a student recruiter at the Study Abroad office, so my job is to give presentations like this, students, events that we have around campus, just letting everyone know that studying abroad is an option while they're here at ASU, and that there are resources available to you. So I'm a double major. Are any of you in liberal arts and sciences? College of Liberal Arts and Sciences? What's your major?
Psychology, is that part of it or? Yeah. How's it going, you know?
Exercise and wellness. Okay. So yes, I'm a double major. So how many of you are pursuing other majors or minors or certificates like Priscilla? She had another certificate. All right. The reason I bring that up, yeah, what do you?
I want to do pre-professional health science with like maybe a minor in Spanish.
Excellent. I'm a Spanish major. Cool. So yes, the reason I bring that up is because no matter how busy you are with your classes or even work, obviously I have a job and I'm studying, you can't study abroad, so don't feel like, oh, I have a major, I have a minor, like I don't have time to study abroad. In fact, you do. Obviously Priscilla is pursuing a certificate along with her major and she still studied abroad. So I've been abroad twice since I've been here at ASU. I was in Mexico the summer after my freshman year. Are there any freshmen in here? Freshmen. Okay, excellent. And then I was in Ecuador last semester. So Mexico is like 5 weeks. Ecuador is more like 5 months. I actually had an internship when I was in Ecuador, so there are internship opportunities available as well. We have volunteer opportunities, field studies, research, service learning, teaching, actually taught in Ecuador as well. So there are things outside of the classroom if you want to get some, hands-on experience, work experience, research, teaching, things like that. There are opportunities outside of the classroom. So yes, I normally don't wear bow ties. Just a takeaway for this slide. So why should you study abroad? Obviously, as Priscilla was mentioning, you get credit towards your degree or your minor or your certificate. So that's the whole point of being here at ASU is to take classes to graduate. So why not do that while you're abroad? Obviously new cultures and perspectives, so Priscilla really liked the Korean culture and was interested in that, so that's something that she went out and pursued. If you want to go to Europe, see what life in Europe is like, things like that. For example, make friends and connections, so friends not only for yourself, but show people what ASU is like, what your major is like, what you as an American are like. There's this perception of like an American, but obviously America is very diverse and different, and we come from different backgrounds. So just, when you're abroad, you're representing not only yourself, but America, whether you like it or not. So yes, there's some good opportunities out there to show people a good side of this country. Is anyone studying language? So you wanted to maybe do a Spanish minor? Is anyone studying other languages or want to study other languages or cultures, anything like that? Okay. So obviously being abroad is a great way to improve language skills. And I'll repeat this multiple times, but you do not need to speak a foreign language to study abroad. So don't feel like you're limited to the UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Ireland. You can still go to Spain and not speak Spanish. You can still go to Japan and not speak Japanese, etc. Okay, so don't feel limited in any way by which languages you do or do not know. Kind of how Priscilla was mentioning in terms of personal growth, adapting, thinking critically, just learning to adapt to a new situation, a new environment. She had never been outside the country before. Have any of you been outside the country before? Yes, and then the rest of you have not left the country before. Okay. So again, regardless of whether you have or have not traveled before, you can study abroad. So learning to adapt to a new culture is obviously a good way in terms of personal growth. Kind of, step outside your comfort zone, as it were. Also looks great on a resume. Less than 3% of undergraduate students study abroad. That's a national statistic. So that's kind of sad for me as someone who works in a study abroad office at a university. But think about it as an opportunity for yourselves. So if you're studying abroad, you're going to stand out from 97% of other college graduates, right? So in the most practical sense, like if you're just thinking pragmatically, study abroad is a great opportunity. And then of course there are all these other, have a wonderful time in Korea for 6 weeks, things like that. Do you guys want jobs after you graduate, right? Graduate school, something you're thinking about? Okay. So in my opinion, studying abroad is the best thing to put on your resume, besides a bachelor's degree. Okay. So again, who can study abroad? Everyone can study abroad. First generation, low income, minorities, online students, veterans, students with children. Are there any of you international students? I don't know how TRIO works. Does TRIO do international students? Okay. So yes, basically the whole point of this slide is to just let you know that everyone can study abroad. Okay, so it doesn't, you can have never left the state except to go to California once. You can still study abroad. All right, so it's available to all of you. To be eligible for study abroad, the top part is just general requirements, so 2.0 GPA, degree-seeking student. So are any of you exploratory majors? I don't think so, right? So we're all good there. And then good standing with the ASU Code of Conduct, so don't commit a crime, don't cheat. Basically what that means. So vast majority of students are good to go there. We also need 24 credits to study abroad, so that's why ASU considers sophomore standing. So a few of you are freshmen, the rest of you are good to go. For the freshmen in here, if you have 24 credits already, whether it's like from AP credits or you transferred credits because of dual enrollment, things like that, you could already be eligible to study abroad. So I studied abroad this summer after my freshman year. I had enough credits at that point to do it. So definitely options out there. You're not limited to, oh, I guess I can only go senior year. Like no, anytime that works for you, you can study abroad. Some other program requirements might include some pre-req courses, so just like here on campus, the higher level courses, you need to take in certain lower level courses beforehand. Same thing if you're going to do that on study abroad. Sometimes there is a minimum foreign language proficiency, but again, in general, you do not need to speak a foreign language to study abroad. Some programs are a little more intensive than others. So one program in Japan, you might need to speak Japanese. Another one, you might not need to speak Japanese. It just kind of depends. And then some programs are specific students only, so major specific. A lot of our faculty directed programs where you go with ASU faculty members. So if you go with a nursing faculty member, that'll just be for nursing students. Things like that. Some programs are junior standing, so 48 credits instead of 24. Just some variables that might factor into whether you're eligible or not. But again, in general, you guys are all eligible to study. So do you guys want to play a game or something? I'm going to test your knowledge, let's put it that way. So I have sunglasses. Do any of you need sunglasses? All right. So let's say if you guess the city or country, you get some sunglasses. Does that sound like a good incentive? Okay. We'll start in the top left, and we'll go we'll go clockwise. All these pictures have come to us from students. All the pictures you'll see in the previous slides that you already saw and that you see in other slides have come from students. So this could be you. This is a program that is available to you. So yes, top left, does anyone have any guesses, country or city? Yes.
China?
Yeah. All right, so that was easy. China. Congrats. Yes. It's still sunny out. It's cooling down, but the sun still shines, right? What about the next one on the right? Does anyone know where that is? Yes.
Dubai.
It's probably Dubai. It's either Dubai or Abu Dhabi, but yes, that is in the United Arab Emirates, in the Middle East, on the Persian Gulf. Excellent. Does anyone know the next? Yes.
Rome?
Do you know the country that Rome's in?
Italy?
Yeah. So that's Florence, but correct country, Italy. Yes. Yeah, you can. This is a famous facility there. Next one down. Does anyone know? Yes.
I'll guess Venezuela.
Venezuela. That is not correct.
Ecuador?
Ecuador? Did you say Ecuador? No. Wait. We're guessing for this one, right?
No,
No.
we're guessing for that one.
No.
Under the China.
There's a pattern.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll ignore those guesses.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's
I
a
still respect you. Yes,
Yeah,
right
that's the
here.
Taj Mahal. That was
That's the Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
Which country is the Taj Mahal?
India?
Pakistan.
Yeah, India. All right, I'll give one to you because you said Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
I'll give you one to you because you said
Oh,
the country.
okay.
Everyone's a winner in this
Oh, okay.
presentation.
I'm sorry, you guys like way off. I thought you were talking about the lady in the.
Oh yes, yes. Sorry. Okay. We'll get to that one. Does anyone know where Stonehenge is?
Scotland.
England?
Yeah, it's not Scotland, it's England. But they're both in the UK. It's kind of a weird situation. It's like 4 countries in 1 country. But yes. You already got sunglasses.
Well, you can give it to the other person if they need it.
All right. I have a lot, by the way. So, yes. I'll let you give it to you. Make a friend, you know. Here you go. Here's some sunglasses.
Okay, who went the one
Friend.
to you?
So you said Scotland?
You should keep them for yourself.
I'm sorry, what?
You can keep them for yourself.
Thank you.
Does anyone know where this is? This is kind of vague, I guess, right? It's kind of hard to tell. Can you guys see this? Any guesses? It's in Asia. We'll put it. But Asia's a big place, right?
Japan.
We'll say Southeast Asia. Does anyone know any countries in Southeast Asia? Yes.
I don't know. Thailand?
Yeah. Sorry. That is Thailand. You go to Thailand. Good job. Next one over, bottom left corner. Any guesses?
China.
It's in South America. And I've been there.
Ecuador.
Yeah, Ecuador. You don't want to? Do you want me to give them to someone for you? Like a specific person? I'll keep these for myself. And then the next one up. Did you say Spain? Yeah, that's Spain. Are you sure you don't want these?
The dress.
It's the dress. Spanish?
I can see how that gets it all.
It's the dress. All right. So yes, China, UAE, Italy, India, UK, Thailand, Ecuador, Spain. Those are 8 countries that we go to. Does anyone know how many countries we go to?
62.
Who said what?
62.
62. Was the other guess? Not. You don't want to guess anymore? Okay. Any other guesses? Anyone want to guess something different?
182.
One. Is that your first? Which? You only get one guess.
182.
182 is your guess. Any other guesses? That's like all the countries in the world. No? Alright, well since you guessed, since no one else guessed, I'll throw some sunglasses your way. Yes. So these are 8 countries. Your first guess was close to me. We have over 250 programs in over 65 countries at the study abroad office. That's kind of a conservative, it's like a baseline number. So last time I checked, for example, it was 307 programs in 72 countries. So we'll always have at least that many, sometimes we go even higher than that. Like for example, this past summer, we had Cronkite students, journalism students in Rio covering the Olympics while the Olympics were going on. So even a one-time opportunity like that, there might be a study abroad program to take advantage of that opportunity. So always keep checking our website just to see what's new, see if there's cool new programs that might interest you. We have 4 program types, which I won't get into. Priscilla was on a partnership program, as she mentioned, so that's one of our program types, where we work with like third-party companies, kind of as a middleman between us and a foreign institution. The nice thing about that is you have on-site staff.
Yeah.
So that's the thing with partnership programs, they have on-site staff 24/7 in English.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so any questions, concerns you might have about where you are, what classes you're in, what your housing is like? Did you ask them like, are there like tourist things that I should be doing while I'm in Seoul?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they lead all the field trips and
Okay.
everything, so they're like your number one resource.
So if you've never been outside the country before, or you're
Yeah.
going somewhere a little unfamiliar, maybe think about a partnership program, have that on-site support for you. Our faculty directed, as I mentioned before, are where you go with ASU faculty members and ASU students only, so it's kind of like taking a class abroad. These are, for right now, our faculty, all of our faculty-directed programs are in the summer. They're going to be 2 to 8 weeks long, so if you're thinking about a summer program, you'll probably be looking at some faculty-directed. Global intensive experiences are our short-term programs over the academic breaks. So they're 7 to 12 days, so spring break, winter break, and what we call the Maymester. So shortly after spring break, 7 to 12 days, or not spring break. Shortly after the spring semester ends, 7 to 12 day study abroad trip. So even if you are like super really busy, like do you have plans for spring break, right? Okay, study abroad. And then we also have an exchange program where it's kind of like the partnership program, just without the partner. Well, that's not really a good explanation. So it's like, you know Fez from that 70s show, like he's an exchange student. Okay. I got one person out of it. So it's a reciprocal student exchange. So you go to a foreign university, someone from there comes here and takes your spot for a semester or a full year. The nice thing about that type of program is that you pay ASU tuition fees as normal. So regardless of where you go to Mexico, you could go to Switzerland, you could go to Taiwan, you still pay the same ASU tuition and fees as if you were here at ASU. Yes?
Do you get the same credits?
Yeah, so as long as you sign up, what is it, you have to take at least 12 while you're here at ASU, and then up to 20 before you have to get like the sign off for the overload, right? Right?
Sure.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, you're still taking a full semester of the credits, and we'll talk about that in terms of how many credits you're taking when you're abroad.
Okay.
Does
And the
that
classes are
kind of
like-
answer your question?
The classes are the same, like if they're.
They're not the same, so whatever, all the courses that are offered at that foreign university, those are courses you could take. So just like we have our huge course catalog here at ASU, you just choose classes from University of Copenhagen's course catalog.
So if they're not in your major, or if like you're trying to choose courses in your major, it won't transfer over to your major.
Now you're thinking, right? So you want to make sure you're taking major courses when you go abroad, staying on track. What's your major? Psychology?
No,
Wait.
pre-professional health science.
Pre-professional health. Sorry, I forgot. Who's psychology? What's someone psychology? You're psychology. It's because you're sitting close together, that's why. Pre-professional health science, okay. So if those classes are offered, like health courses, science, nursing courses are offered abroad, you can still get those credits when you're abroad in terms of major credits. It just kind of depends on the institution, so sometimes there's a little bit of homework that you have to do. Like, hey, do they offer major courses there? Are there elective courses that I can take that will fit into my major? Again, if you're pursuing like a minor certificate. But yes, we can help you so you know which credits you get before you go, just so you know you're on track. Your advisor knows you're on track, all that good stuff. Good question. Yes?
How smoothly do those credits transfer over here? Because I know some students that went to California and they transferred over here,
Mhm.
and they said that they only got like a third of their credits transferred.
Yeah, so when you study abroad, all the credits that you get will transfer back here to ASU. We're not like throwing you out there and be like, I hope some of your credits count to ASU, like good luck. No. All the courses that you take will count for credit. The question is which credits. how will that fit in your major? And again, that's something we can help you with. But yes, all the courses that you take when you're abroad will come back for ASU credit. So again, good question. So we want to make sure everyone's graduating on time. Yes?
And the grades that you receive abroad will still be factored into like your
Your cumulative GPA
Okay.
will come back, even if it's a different grading scale, and I think this is the next slide. Yeah, so even if it's a different, like if they grade on a 10-point scale, it'll still come back to 4.0, how we grade them. It'll still count towards your cumulative GPA. What does it say? You're still a full-time ASU student when you study abroad, so again, as long as you're taking the requisite number of credits, for example, if you're going to go for a semester, just take at least 12 to be a full-time ASU student. Do your scholarships say like 30 credits per academic year to maintain scholarship eligibility? Okay. So as long as you're taking the correct number of courses, and obviously the right courses that fit with your major, you're still a full-time ASU student. You still have access to all of the ASU's resources when you're abroad. You're not taking a semester off, all right? You're still a student. You're still in class getting credit. So yes, you can take major, minor, certificate, and elective courses when you go abroad. You're not limited based on your major to which programs you can apply for. So just because you're a STEM student, let's say you're in Fulton, like you don't just have to look at engineering study abroad programs. Anything that floats your boat, major, certificate, elective courses. If you have like to take a social behavioral, you know, like the general requirements, like the historical awareness, the H and the C for cultural awareness, and the G for global awareness, right? You guys know what that is? You see your DARS, like you need these university requirements. Okay, you can take those classes when you're studying abroad as well. So again, you're not limited based on your major, so look at anything that interests you, any part of the world, anything like that. And again, there are internship credits that may be available. So do any of you have an internship requirement to graduate? Yes, no? Yeah, what's your major?
Journalism?
Journalism, and you have to have like a
Yeah.
journal, okay. So you can do that abroad potentially. Do any of you, what's your,
I can train along with,
yeah, and you have to have like a,
I've done like at least maybe 4 hours
nice. That's good.
for the internship.
Yeah, so you can do that abroad too. Do any of you want internships, even if it's not required? Do you think that might be like a good idea for job experience, things like that? All right, you can get those internships abroad. Does anyone want to teach or do research or anything like that? Volunteer, service learning, things that sound interesting? All right, so again, you can do those abroad as well. Yeah, that's the slide. So financing, so like Priscilla was mentioning, I'm pretty sure you mentioned these two, and then on the next slide you see the other ones that I mentioned, so you're doing a job. Yes, so we have a financing workshop twice a month in person in our office, once a month online. Everyone take a bookmark. Our website is here in this red box on the bookmark. There you can search all of our programs. You can search all these scholarships and grants that I'm about to tell you about. You'll also find our upcoming events, whether they be here downtown, Tempe, things like that. Our office is on the Tempe campus. You can find that here, our location here on the website, and our contact info as well, so everyone take one. So you guys all downtown based for the most part? All right, so we come here regularly, I think we come once a week, maybe Tuesday or Thursday. So we're always here, University Center somewhere maybe. But again, you can call us or email us, and that'll be on the last slide, our contact info. So yes, we have financing workshops that are twice a month in person at our Tempe office, once a month online. So again, if you're here on downtown, you don't have time to make it to Tempe, you got class, you got work, whatever, we still do it online for you. So that workshop, we talk about applying for scholarships, searching for scholarships, budgeting, finding cheap airfare, how to buy groceries when you're abroad, how to get cheap train tickets, any way to save money while you're abroad. In the planning stages, things like that. We want to make sure you're not spending any money you don't have to. Obviously, you want to get as much free money as possible in terms of scholarships. So definitely attend that workshop if cost is a concern. And even if it isn't a concern, who doesn't want free scholarship money? So yes, visit our website. You can search scholarships and grants there. I'll show you the website once we're done with the slides. So yes, the travel grant is $1,000 You have to have a FAFSA on file. Do you guys all have FAFSAs that you submitted in terms of financial aid and stuff? Okay. So FAFSA on file and studying abroad through one of our offices programs. So basically everyone who studies abroad is eligible for the child grant. So they have FAFSA on file. The diversity scholarship, so diversity, minorities, ethnic and racial, diversity of major. So STEM majors, for example, are traditionally underrepresented in study abroad. Maybe some of your other majors might be considered underrepresented as well, I'm not sure. Diversity, what else? First generation, low income. Again, so students who aren't considered traditional study abroad students, there's money out there to help support you, to get you out studying abroad, to help you get this experience. Okay. Planning scholarship. Let's see that one. So school and department scholarships. Is anyone WP Carey in here? Fulton, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Cronkite. What are your majors? Nursing and Health Innovation. Public
College of Public Programs.
Policy and Community Service. What are your what's your majors? What are your colleges? Do you know your schools?
College of Health Solutions.
Health Solutions, that's what it is. There's Nursing and Health Innovation, and then there's Health Solutions. Okay. All right, so check with your college, check with your school. These are a few examples that we have links for on our website, but other colleges and schools have their own scholarships and grants for their students who are studying abroad. Okay, so definitely check that out. Who has a New American University scholarship? The deans, provosts, presidents, national merit. Okay, so that money you can use to study abroad, like Priscilla was mentioning. Think about a semester or academic year-long program. If cost is a concern, that money that you normally receive from the New American University Scholarship, your financial aid in terms of loans and grants, use that money to help pay for your study abroad program. Who has an Obama scholarship? The Obama scholars. Okay, so you know that the Obama scholar pays for a semester of study abroad. All right, so obviously why have to quit your study abroad? Okay. And then who has like Pell Grants, university grants, loans, obviously. Any other scholarships? Things like that? Okay. So that money that you normally get for a semester to pay for ASU tuition, you could just use that money for study abroad, okay? There's these national scholarships, so the Gilman, obviously, as Priscilla was talking about, is a great opportunity for, again, non-traditional students that study abroad. Another thing about students who study abroad, around 80% of students who study abroad are female. So men are traditionally underrepresented in study abroad, so men consider that as well in terms of diversity funding. You're more diverse just for being a man, regardless of any other factor. Additional financial aid may be available, so your loans, so the money that you get from the feds, from filing a FAFSA, like those loans and the Pell Grant, that money can go up depending on the cost of your program. So, and this is semester and academic year-long programs. So if the cost is, if the expected cost of your program is more than your ASU tuition and fees, which it usually is, because the program fee will include things like housing and excursions, as opposed to just the tuition for your classes, that money can go up as well. If you're going to go during the summer, there is less scholarship and financial aid money available just because you've already used, most students have already used their scholarship and financial aid money during the previous academic year. But again, all those scholarships and grants can be used for summer programs as well. You can even get some more loans offered to you. I know I was offered loans when I was in Mexico over the summer, so there is additional funding opportunities out there. Obviously, crowdsourced and community-based funding, which Priscilla touched on, so Fund My Travel, GoFundMe, Kickstarter. Students get money for this all the time. So whether it's $500, $5,000, any little bit obviously helps. So just like you approach paying for tuition here at ASU, you're like, why would I pay money if I don't have to? Just bring that same mindset to study abroad. Apply early and often for scholarships. And community-based funding, tell your friends and family, like, hey, I don't want a birthday present this year. Just pitch in $100 for my study abroad program, because that would mean more to me. Okay. Social media. You guys on social media? Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. Yes. I find the younger students are transitioning to Snapchat, maybe the older ones are on Instagram, and then even the older ones are like still on Facebook, right? Yeah, okay. So we are on all Pinterest, anyone on Pinterest? I don't know why we're on Pinterest, but we're on Pinterest. Twitter, YouTube, follow us, search these hashtags, see more pictures like the one in this presentation, see what students in your major are doing, students from your high school are doing, if they're studying abroad here at ASU. Get, more of an idea of what students' experiences are like abroad. If you're interested in Thailand, search for pictures from Thailand, see if that's something that might be interesting to you. We even have a blog if you're more of a reader as opposed to a looker of pictures. Okay. So yes, our office, as I mentioned before, is on the Tempe campus, Interdisciplinary B. It's just east of Student Services, west of the MU. If you guys know where that is. Again, just because we don't have an office here on the downtown campus doesn't mean we're not here. It's either once a week on Tuesday or Thursday. We're always here during the week. You can always email us or call us anyway. Any questions you have, financing, credit, choosing a program, housing, anything like that, call us, email us. That's our website, which again is on the little bookmark that y'all got. We have one-on-one information sessions 5 times a week. These are in our office, so hopefully you can make one of those times. If you can't, let us know. We can get you the information you need. So in these one-on-one sessions, we just go over things like program type, a little more in depth into financing, housing, things like that. So kind of a presentation like this, just a little more detailed. Peer advisors are people in our office who can sit down with you one-on-one, again, answer any questions, choosing a program. You're like, hey, I want to go to Spain, but tell me all the programs in Spain. This is my major, what works best for me? Questions like that. Our office is open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. So again, you guys are downtown based, but we are open all the time. If you guys want to come down and talk to us in person, if not, email us, call us, we're here for you. Yes?
Are you guys open on the weekend?
Sorry. We're pretty traditional that way. Our website is open all the time. Okay. So visit our website, search programs on your own, see what looks good. There's a bunch of filters on our website, and I'll actually show you after these slides. Talk with your academic advisor, let them know you're interested in studying abroad. If you're thinking about a semester or academic year-long program, you're going to need to sit down with them anyway to fill out a form that you need required before you go. So talk about which credits you're going to be taking, making sure you're fitting all your major requirements. You're like, hey, I want to go spring 2018. What classes would a student like me normally take during spring 2018? Where can I find those classes abroad? What programs have your students gone on before? Things like that. Exercise and wellness, what's good for exercise and wellness? There's actually, I'm gonna show you a video.
It's in Brazil or something like that. It was one in Brazil where I remember one of the teachers that I had was like, I went to Brazil, and they actually we learned really cool stuff like how they pick their players for soccer and things like those. So, yeah.
I remember that program. I don't know if it's still open or available, but yes, good memory. And then this, I don't know if you can read this. This is just about the financing workshop. So again, 2 Mondays a month, or every other Monday, and then online one Thursday a month. So again, just about financing, budgeting, things like that. Does anyone have any questions while I show you the website? Thoughts, concerns about study abroad? Yes.
You mentioned that you could maintain your honors status or something, or so does that mean like you could do contracts while abroad?
Yes.
Or?
Yeah. So, yes. Do you know about the honors study abroad, like the honors
Yeah,
specific?
but they only have like 3 weeks. I want to do a semester. They only have like 3 weeks, summers or.
Yeah, so it's easiest to do honors contracts on a faculty-directed program, or with ASU faculty. You can just talk to like any other professor, like, hey, I want to do an honors contract. If you're doing a semester-long program, because none of our faculty-directed programs run for semester-long, we can work with you on that. Okay. So yes, this is weird. So if you go to mystudyabroad.asu.edu, this is our homepage. Let me just show you. So you're going to be in the ASU Students tab. The Study Abroad 101 will tell you when our next info sessions are. Explore funding, scholarships and grants. Can everyone see this? Everyone, okay, feel free to move closer. I don't like. So yeah, scholarships and grants. So, I didn't even mention. So last academic year, ASU students received over $1 million in study abroad funding. Those are study abroad scholarships and grants. So that over $1 million does not include their New American University scholarships, their Pell Grants, their loans, their Obama scholarships, any money that they normally receive. That over $1 million was just because they were studying abroad. So there is money out there, again, for study abroad students, for study abroad programs. So if financing is a concern, let's help you get some of that money. Contact us, okay? So yes, this is the travel grant, it's $1,000, the diversity scholarship, $1,000, departmental scholarships. There's even partnership scholarships. So Priscilla went with one of our partner companies, our partner providers. They have their own scholarships. ISA was the name of her company that she went on her program with. Even the companies provide scholarships to students as well. So there's a ton of funding out there. An example, external study abroad scholarships, if you click on this for undergrads, this has a whole big list. So depending on the country, depending on what your major is, there's money just because you're going to Israel or just because you're going to China, things like that. Underrepresented races and ethnicities, check it out, all majors and countries. So there is money out there just for your specific major, just because you're going to Denmark or something like that. Any questions so far? Let me show you how to search for programs. So ASU students again, search programs. All right, so this is our simple search term. This is for how long you want to go. So if you're looking at like fall semester, just click fall semester and you'll see only fall semester programs. City, country, region. So you're like, I really want to go to London, just show me all the programs in Londden. Advanced search, you can put in more filters. Sometimes a lot of the work that you do on our website is just narrowing down a program because we have so many options and obviously you can only do one program at a time. Sometimes the hardest part is just choosing one program. So again, we can help you with that. Do your own research like this. For the advanced search, you can put in program type. If there's internships available, that's something that you might be interested in. GPA requirement, class standing, college sponsor, department, school sponsor. So you're like, hey, I'm in Health Solutions. What does Health Solutions sponsor in terms of study abroad programs? Search by ASU course. So like political science is a course that is in my school. So if I type in POS, which is the prefix, just kind of POS as another meaning. But if I type in POS, it'll show me all the political science courses that students have gotten credit for when studying abroad. And it's taken a while to get a lot. So yeah, even something, what are your, like just type in your 3-letter, like for whatever your major is, and see what courses students have gotten abroad. So these are all. All right, suffice to say, it's really super long. A lot of the programs, or excuse me, a lot of the courses that you'll see when you're abroad are going to they're going to end in 94, so like 194, 294, 394, 494. The 94 letter or number designation is a special topic. So these are courses that aren't offered regularly here at ASU, and a lot of the times they are offered specifically abroad. So contemporary Spanish politics is obviously a class you would take somewhere in Spain. So if you wanted to get like really in depth in like Korean culture or society, or say you're really interested in Germany, something like that, search this. Look for some cool special topics classes. So yes. Sevilla is where that class was taken. So does anyone have like a country they're interested in that I can search for you? Yeah.
Amsterdam or Holland?
Yes. The Netherlands. Yes. Let me see. Okay. Okay. So these, if it says ASU in front of it, those are going to be faculty-directed programs. So these are, again, ASU faculty members, ASU students, summer only. You were thinking a semester, right? All right. So anything with this acronym in front of it is one of our partnership programs. So ISA was one of them. CIEE is another one of them. There's a bunch of other ones. So this program runs academic year, fall semester, spring semester. So good choices there. This is a program brochure, so if you clicked on any of those links, you would get something like this. So it'll talk about the GPA requirement, what your class standing is, language of instruction, language prerequisite, so 0 semesters, so you don't have to speak Dutch to go on this program, but you do need to be a junior, and your GPA does need to be 3.0. So let's scroll down. Location, Amsterdam. A little housing. It's something that's in there. Let me show you another. I'm just gonna play this. All the options. Alright, so again, ASU, faculty directed, GIE are the global intensive experiences. These are the short 7 to 12 days, so if you're doing shorter term, check those out. It says exchange in front of it, obviously it's an exchange program, and then again, everything with the acronyms, ISA, there's a bunch of ISA programs in Spain, CIEE, USA, USAC, are our partnership programs. So let me just show you this, give you another example. So again, fall, spring, academic year, there are internships available on this program, 2.5 GPA requirement. The program is not competitive. When I say application, like you're applying to these programs, etc., the vast majority of our programs are not competitive, so don't feel like you'll be rejected to study abroad. A few of the universities that we work with, it's kind of like a competitive, like they'll only take 2 ASU students, so obviously if 10 ASU students apply, they'll take the best student possible. But the vast majority of our programs are not competitive, and if they are competitive, they'll say program competitive high. So sophomore, class standing, 0 semesters of language prerequisites, so you don't need to speak Spanish to go to Granada. And then let me show you cost sheets. So this is a partnership program. This cost includes the tuition for all your credits, the housing while you're there, medical insurance, the on-site staff that are available for you 24/7, 365, in English too. So again, you don't need to speak Spanish in any way. Yes?
If you press the Control Plus, could you enlarge the page a little bit?
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, should have done this a lot earlier, so I
Yeah.
guess. Okay. So this program fee includes the tuition for your credits. So this is for an in-state student, this number 10,150, this is for an out-of-state student. So this number includes the tuition, housing, things like that. This number is billed to your ASU account in place of your tuition and fees for this semester. So like my tuition and fees for first semester is about like $6,000-7,000. I'm an in-state student. So this number is there instead of that $6,000-7,000. And remember, this includes housing. I can't stress that enough. People will be like, oh my God, that's so much money. But this is housing, right?
The
So
16,000 includes housing?
the 10,200 includes that housing. Everything below this is an estimation of other costs. So 1,400 is an estimation for airfare based on what students have told us before, what the prevailing prices are. 1,400 is a little high. If you plan early, which again, plan early, book your tickets early, apply for scholarships early, things like that, that number can be lower. meals, travel clinic screening, passport if you don't already have one, a visa because you're going for a semester, you'll need a student visa. So if you're going during the summer, that visa cost won't be there. Personal expenses, which again, these are largely variable, so I don't know why you need $2,000 walking around with, but yes.
Does the student visa allow you to work in the area?
For internship purposes, like if you're getting internship credit, yeah, you can still get paid for internships, but as long as you get internship credit.
Nice.
All right, so everything, so this will be billed to your ASU account. Everything below here, this 6,600 is an estimation of these costs. And then this would be the total cost of attendance for the entire semester. So 16,000 sounds about like what I pay for housing here in Tempe, where I live, the tuition, things like that, right? Except now you're in Spain, and you stand out from over 90%, 97% of undergraduate students. Does anyone want to go to Spain at all? Ever? Okay. Check it. That's good. All right. And this program even has this like intensive month option, and this is for people who are taking language classes there. So certain programs might have like cool little opportunities like this. And then let me show you what an exchange program cost sheet looks like. Just so you see that difference. Did you have a question?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for an exchange program, so we stay with a host or something like that, or?
Yes, so with our exchange programs, housing is not provided, it's not included in the cost.
Okay.
So housing is on your own. In some cases, the foreign university will offer you a room in their dorms, just like we have dorms here on campus, and international students live in them. Sometimes they might offer you dorms, sometimes they might help you find off-campus housing, sometimes it might not. So depending on how comfortable you are with finding your own housing in a foreign country, sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's harder. But yeah, that's on your own exchange program. So yes, let me show you that. So this is what will be billed to your ASU account. This money is in addition to your tuition and fees. So ASU, the exchange program through our office, you pay ASU tuition and fees as normal, and then there's this little, which is basically fees and medical insurance while you're abroad. So everything below this is an estimation. Now this includes housing this time, because the other program, the partnership programs include housing. So this, now you're having to pay for housing. So again, 3,000, maybe you stay with friends, maybe you're a really good bargain hunter. You have friends or family, a lot of students who have friends or family abroad look to do exchange programs and don't pay for housing. So why would you do a partnership program in Madrid if you have family in Madrid, and you could just do an exchange program in Madrid and not pay for housing at all? All right, so there are obviously ways to cut costs. But again, everything below this 615 is an estimation. And then the total cost of attendance would be for this semester. So it's this number plus your ASU tuition fees, because ASU tuition fees is not included on here. So again, around the similar what we saw for the partnership program. So, and again, similar to here in the US what I paid for a semester, for example. Yes?
For what you mean, like paying for the semester, does it automatically assume that you live on campus? Because
Like if you were to do an exchange program?
yeah, because like currently I don't think tuition for one semester isn't 10,000. That's like the full year if you're. I don't
Oh,
know.
this is a semester long program. Or am
Yeah,
I confused? What are you saying?
I was just saying that like for a semester here,
Mm-hmm.
it's like 5,000.
But you pay for housing too? You pay-
No, I'm an off-campus. So would I have to now pay for housing, even though I'm an off-campus student? If I.
But you're abroad for this. So
Yeah.
you're paying for housing when you're abroad.
Yeah,
This is
but
it.
it's not added, like they don't just assume that you're like paying, like,
No, she's
You're
asking
paying
like the
housing.
tuition and fees, like, they'll stay the same.
they'll stay the same that you're
Yeah.
already doing.
Yeah, that you're already paying for. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so if you're off campus, you're still off campus. They're
Yes,
not gonna
yeah,
automatically
no.
You're not gonna
like
get out tuition.
add another
housing.
10,000
No.
because they're abroad.
Yes.
Okay,
Housing is different for you, because
Yes.
there's different
I
housings
see.
too, right?
yeah,
And they
okay.
won't charge you for like classes that you're not taking, right?
Yeah, so it won't be like, so the other one was a program fee, so it won't be like you pay ASU tuition and fees plus the program fee, it'll be in place of. And this, you'll pay ASU tuition and fees as normal, as if you were taking the normal number of classes you would for a semester. So however many credits you choose to take when you're abroad, 18, 15, 12, you have to take at least 12 when you do a semester, keep that in mind too. Yeah, that'll just be the normal tuition that you pay for those number of credits, regardless of where you go. So you can go to Mexico, you could go to Switzerland, South Africa, Australia. The ASU tuition and fees is still the same as if you were here on campus taking however many credits you're taking, okay?
Can you take online courses while abroad?
Not, most of the time, students will find the full load they need through our program. So you need to take at least 12 credits through the program. So
Oh, yeah.
there at the institution, you could do like a class or two in addition to that if you wanted to.
Like if it's not, if like there's something, part of your major, or there's something.
Yeah,
an
so yeah,
ASU
for
course.
example, you could do like, okay, I'll take 12 elective credits, maybe I'm interested in doing a Spanish minor, like you said, so I'll take a Spanish class, 3 elective courses, and then I'll take 2 courses online, like that fit with my major. So a total of 18 credits while I'm abroad, 12 of which have to be through the institution, the study program, so,
But
yeah.
you're still open to the ASU online courses.
Yeah, you're not like shut off there, yeah. Question?
Say I'm studying in like Japan and I don't
Yeah.
speak the language.
Uh-huh.
Is there classes in English for me, or do I
Yeah.
get like a translator?
No, yeah, it's
Assistance
fascinating,
with-
let's check that out. Good question. Actually, let me do, all right, so we'll do an advanced search for this. So I will put in language of instruction, English, and then say Japan. So that way it'll just show me programs in Japan that have courses in English offered. Let's see how long it takes. Cool. All right, so here are the programs in Japan with courses in English offered. Again, ASU are faculty directed. So this one is a summer program. It's a Fulton sponsored 2.5 GPA. Let me see the academics. FSC. All right. So the faculty directed, unless it says like specifically it's a language program, is always taught in English. So just like ASU faculty, you take your professors talking English to you, unless it's a language course, and those faculty directed are always going to be in English. Let me go back, show you the other ones. Yeah, let's check out this partnership program. So this says language prerequisite 1 semester or equivalent. So you need to have 1 semester of Japanese. Strongly recommended. And actually this program says it right. But let me show you a better example. So yeah, here language prerequisite 0 semesters. So you need to speak Japanese to be an exchange, do an exchange at Kyushu. So just check the language prerequisite, and again, search like I did for language of instruction English. Maybe just do that in general, like, hey, English, like I speak English. And that'll be easier that way, so there's less confusion. But yes, always check the language prerequisite.
How do you, or how did you find the differences in like teaching styles and like academics while abroad? Because I know there's different standards, like some European countries are like way above, some other
Yeah.
countries are like kind of below, like what you'll find here in the States.
Yeah, so when I was in Mexico, I was with an ASU faculty member, but that wasn't, obviously like the classroom was different than an ASU classroom.
Yeah.
So we actually went to, and this depends on program, so this is just my experience, and then We'll ask Priscilla what her experience is like. It was at an English language institute, like in downtown. So we like took the bus there in the mornings to go to our classes. And it was just, so Mexico's a poor country than the US. I think there was AC, there might have been AC in the room. There might have been like one little AC unit.
Not
But the
really.
teaching style was like,
Yeah.
so I had one class with the faculty member that we were with, and then the other class was with a local professor from a local university who specialized in like Mayan studies and Mayan history. That wasn't, I mean, maybe we didn't use a computer, but in terms of teaching style, it wasn't like
That much
he
different.
could get us to like, yeah, it was very, straightforward, like very similar.
Because like if you go to like Switzerland and you want to take like a math.
Yeah, and that's different
then you-
because like I didn't have like an experience like in a university
Oh,
per
okay.
se. So maybe, yeah, like that might be different. So,
When you get there, you're like, no.
yeah, talk with other students, like if you know any other students who have studied abroad, or maybe you can put you in contact with some, like study abroad opportunities, if you want to speak with someone about that. Priscilla, when she talk, I know we'll talk about your questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what was your?
Yeah, so I was at a university in Korea. It was similar, like I didn't notice very much like difference in teaching style, mainly because the larger program, the summer program that I was at the university for, was an international program. So they invited professors actually from the United States and then all around the world too. And it was taught in English. So the two professors that I had were from America, so it was very similar, except I did have other classmates with me who were Korean and also like international too. So I didn't notice much teaching style difference, maybe because it was like the specific nature of my program, but I didn't get to experience like an actual Korean professor, because I did have American professors, so.
Yeah, and if you want to like try and avoid having like experiences that might be like detrimental, maybe like consider a partnership program, like the classes are often taught in English. It's a little easier as opposed to just being an exchange student at a foreign university and you take what you get. If that's like a concern, we can like help you avoid that, but we can also like work with you in terms of preparing you for something like that that were to come up in the classroom.
Yeah, like I was just more wondering like how would these credits like would they be recognized like once you graduate and you're looking at different programs?
Yeah, all the classes that you take transfer back here to ASU credit. So even if the class is called whatever it is in Switzerland, for example, it still comes back as, let's say, Math 270.
Oh,
So it still counts to your degree. It's not like, yeah, she got a degree from ASU, but she like took a semester in Switzerland. So like you're still an ASU student, it's still ASU credit. There's no like asterisk attached to your courses. The only asterisk is like, hey, I studied abroad for like a semester, like check me out, interviewer or job hire person, HR. So yes, does that answer your question? Kind of.
Yeah, I think
Okay. Do you have a question?
Yes, so the program I'm looking at is in Peru,
Excellent.
but it's faculty directed
Yeah.
and it's in 4 different cities. So like while we're going to different places, will we be taught by an ASU professor?
Is
or
it
will-
the nursing one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a nursing professor here. What's her name? Does it say on? If you click on the
Is it
faculty.
the international coordinator?
No, so you see those like red tabs that are on, I'll show it, we'll show everyone this. What you're looking at. Her name starts with like an A, Illyria, I think is her name. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maria Munoz.
Yeah, he's okay. It's pretty popular, so what can I say? So this one's in Peru, again, 0 semesters of language prereqs, so you don't have to speak Spanish, right? Is this the one?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see your faculty members. If you ever have any questions with faculty directed programs, you can always contact us, but faculty members love to talk about their study abroad programs. I could get into detail with you about housing and things like that. Let me see if I can find, so you're saying like, your question is, it looks like we're moving around in
Yeah.
terms of the cities. So you're wondering like, where are we staying or just how that works? So when you're in Lima, you're in dorms. Who's going to change? Homestays. There might be some hotels in there too. So like when I was in Mexico, I had a homestay where we were in the city that we were in for 5 weeks, but then we also had like a weekend at a resort on the beach. So like, and if there is like travel components as well, obviously your accommodations will be taken care of ahead of time. So you might have a homestay in the main city where you're based, but you might take a couple weekend trips, have some hotel stays, things like that. So it can even be like a mix of housing, or like this where you're like in dorms and then you do a homestay, things like that. Does that answer your question or?
Yeah, and as far as like the person that's gonna be teaching us, getting our, content that we're gonna be learning, is it gonna be her or is it gonna be like a professor?
Oh, like who
professor,
actually teaches the class?
It's gonna be someone local.
I would say that, I guess it's a specific question. Contact Illyria about that. I assume she teaches at least one of the classes. So you need to have 6 credits. So you take 6 credits on this. So you can do either 230 and 210, or you can do one of these two plus this HCR 498. Oh wait. Oh, this is 6 credits, so you either do both of these or you just do this. So yeah, it'll depend. Like when I was in Mexico, we had a faculty member who I had one class with. I mentioned the local professor from another university who I had another class with, and then the second person was with us. He's a graduate student in the Spanish department. He taught a couple of other classes for the other students who are on the program. So yeah, it can be like a mix of teachers. If you were wondering about that, definitely contact Olivia though. In terms of like, hey, will I be with you in class? Like, you're pretty cool. I want to take classes with me. Okay. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions, thoughts?
What kind of programs you guys have for exercise and wellness? Is there a lot of programs or is it just like really thumbs up? And if so, do you guys have internship too? Because like pretty much finish with all my classes.
Yeah. What is Exorcism Wellness, the course? Let me see if I can search that.
EXW.
ESW?
EXW.
XW. Let's see.
So this will be the last search that we do because it's already 4:30.
Sorry, taking up your time.
No, you're fine. These are all really good questions. But I just don't know if there's any other reservations after this.
So, alright. So you saw that course, you saw I clicked on the magnifying glass and that'll tell you. So it looks like someone got that credit here in Mexico. If you search this way, all the courses that will come up are pre-approved, what we call pre-approved courses. So courses that ASU students have already gotten credit for. It's not an exhaustive list of every course that's offered on all of our programs. So one student got exercise and wellness internship credit here in Mexico. That's not to say that there isn't something in Sweden or Italy or, so sometimes you have to do homework, sometimes it's easier just to see what other students have done if it's like a common class. And again, talk with your academic advisor, they can work with you, we can work with you. That's something you want to do, okay? So yes, thank you everyone for coming.
Do you guys have any other questions before we all leave?
Yeah, talk to me after, but yeah.
No. And then I'll take your evaluations. Did everybody sign in as well? Everybody who's trio? Yes?